speaking of God, because I recently did an interview with Fort Worth artist and reality TV star Solo Lucci, and we got on the subject of God. And because I personally don't believe in God, he walked off the set. And I see a lot of confusion. Like, you hear Kanye West under the banter of God. He got his view of being the chosen people. You hear the Nation of Islam believing black people are the chosen people. You hear now the rise of Hebrew Israelites. They are the chosen people. You got Jews, Semitic or white Jews or whatever how you want to say it. They're the chosen people of God. Like, it seems like the idea of God corporately does more damage than a person who believes in God individually. How do you feel about, like, why do we need a God? Why do we need that belief in a God? Because at the end of the day, that's all it is a belief.
Okay.
So why do you feel like we need it? Like, why do humans
Why do you feel? I mean, I can't speak for why what people. I can only speak in the small category of what saved my life.
Got you.
What came through me. I grew up in Catholicism. I went to Catholic school. The Hail Marys, the 10 Our Fathers, the freaky ass priests, and the out of control nuns. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was just telling a brother earlier that in 1959, they said Saint Martin de Porres was the first black saint. That sounds crazy. All in heaven, only one saint in 1959.
Yeah.
So we have these metaphors that people bring on. And in Christianity, black folks always got to borrow somebody God. Blonde-haired, blue-eyed Jesus that came, and in the scripture, they say he had skin like burning brass, and his hair was like lamb's wool or rolled up raisins. It don't look like the picture that you see, do it? So when you take the technology, and the first thing that was here on the planet before anything else was black, total blackness. So everything, you can make a white baby, but a white man can't make a black baby. You have every melanin because they said God made man. White men made niggas. So in your belief, there is no God where you come from.
I put it like this. I tell people all the time, I don't know. I'm an atheist agnostic, meaning I don't believe, because atheist or theist just mean belief. I don't believe in a God. Agnostic just mean, or Gnostic means to know. But I don't know if God exists. He may or may not.
Gnostic means to know. You don't know.
Yeah, so I'm agnostic.
You're not Gnostic.
I'm agnostic.
Agnostic. But still in all, how did you get here?
I don't know. And I think...
I mean, before anything else, before your mother knew you were pregnant, she was pregnant, before your daddy knew, God did.
But how do we know that?
By mere mathematics. The amazing part of you being you, your father shot 50 million sperm cells, and you fought so hard, you're not a twin. You beat everybody else. Huh?
Thanks.
It was a creation that you made. That's why, bro, if you see me gambling, bet on me, because either I'm not going to pay him or I'm cheating. Because I'm a winner.
Yeah.
God made you, your nature. You came in here as a winner, and you choose to lose.
Do you feel like when people can explain something, it's easier to put it on the idea of a God because you can explain it?
And that's what it is. In Islam, Islam is mathematics, and mathematics is Islam. I can give you the four-tenths of how God was created out of triple blackness, and how he came into the self and the atom theory, and how the atom came and the recreation of time and brought this up. And out of bringing this up, it says that God made man in his own likeness and image, right? So if God was a spook, it wouldn't be no you, huh?
I don't know. I'm agnostic. I don't know,
You
maybe.
know, you don't want to know that. But I mean, if let's balance it and we balance the facts. You have a child. You have a child.
Right.
And your child is in the image of you. So he look like you. He don't look like Casper the Ghost, do he?
Facts.
And you thought you just did that?
Yeah. I believe I purposely did that.
You purposely did it.
For sure.
Okay. And that was a mathematical fact that you intended, but it wasn't something you had the intention. It's called you had the permissive will.
Mm.
You didn't have the possessive will because you could have been shooting blanks.
That's true.
And you had no control over it.
That's facts. At least as of now. Because I look at it like this, right? Human beings, at one point in time, with lightning and thunder, some human beings believed that it was a guy above the clouds hitting the drum. That's how thunder was created. Because they didn't know. And since you didn't know, it had to be God. But as science evolved, we know how thunder is made. We know the elements. We could create thunder inside of a room by creating the right heating and cooling temperatures to make it happen.
But that's the science of the devil. The natural is God does this. It's a reaction from nature, bro. It starts from, see, the amazing thing, just like you just used the word human beings, right?
Mm-hmm.
They say the biggest trick that the devil ever did is making you think. Do you realize the people that came over here, because I'm from Compton, the people that came over here as slaves, they knew who they were, right?
Right.
The white man changed the image of who they were, right?
Right.
And let me show you the biggest image. Because you came over here believing, they came over here believing that they were 100% man. They were God's man. Allah, one God, right?
Mm-hmm.
And in the terminology of dealing with the devil, you know what the devil said? The devil is 100% wicked, right?
Okay.
And the devil says, you are 3/5 of a human being, right? But you was 100% man. So you traded 100% man, just like you just said, we're all human beings. A human being is a prototype of a man.
Mm.
He's not the actual man. They don't say God made human beings. It said God made man.
Mm.
Now he got us saying we're human too. Any intelligent white man will never tell you, I'm a man. He says we're all humans. We're in the human race.
Oh, no, I guess the whole thing when people say, well, they said God made us in the image. Personally, I haven't seen God say nothing. I just see other men saying what they say that God said. And then a bunch of people believing what other people saying that God is. Mm-hmm. And to me, I feel like that's one of the biggest problems because you got inner fightings amongst Muslims about who's really following God and what God is. You got inner black people fighting with black people amongst what's the real God and what is not. And they feel like majority of the issues in the world comes behind
religion.
What God said.
Religion.
Right, religion. And what others said God said. And I kind of look at it like, I guess back to my original question, is there really a need for a belief in God? Because it's just a belief. Okay. It's not a no.
Let's take it like this then. The same theory that you're talking about. Mm. Is there really a need for police?
No.
Yes, it is. It would be, I mean, if we didn't have police, it would be tyranny in the world. I mean, I feel like I could do what I want to do. Mm. That's that purging stuff, right? You're going to always have somebody want to take what's yours.
Got you.
And they have the image of the, I'm gangster like hell. Man, what set you from? Wait, who are you, nigga? The police come up, I don't ask them that.
No, that's real.
Just that seeing that badge, change, a gangster kill everybody. Whatever it is, whoever it is. I don't bow down to police or nobody else. Some people I do have to bow down to, but I just said that.
Got you.
You don't mind somebody. So when you say that, do we need a God? At one time, we grew up as black people. I believed in the good tooth fairy.
Yeah.
I believed that a rabbit laid eggs. I believed in a big fat white man that called Santa Claus. At that time, Now, when you knew better, you do better. Huh?
Right.
So this same logistics, the Nation of Islam worked for me in my life.
Got you.
And if it worked for you, work with it. A girl told me one time I had a problem with a female and I was in love with a woman that just couldn't stand me. And she said, Marvin, check this out. Add what she did to you, then add what she did for you.
Mm.
And if she did more to you than she did for you, what you using her for?
It's real.
So that's with life. What it do for me and what it do to me.
And that's why I say I'm not against people. Like, I don't ever speak out against people who believe, because I understand what belief can bring. And I think belief is great on the individual, personal level. Because as much as one person say y'all share the same God, your experiences with your belief is your own. Because you see God from your perspective of the life you went through, the lens of what you experienced in life. I think religion becomes an issue or the belief in God becomes an issue as we start preaching and pushing the lifestyle of your belief on everyone else as if it's fact.
Right. Right.
And I think that becomes the problem and the dangers of it.
Of course.
myself.
That's another form of slavery. You know.